Welcome back to Munchies with Jazz. I'm doing another Real Housewives of Potomac review. This is season 10, episode 4. The episode is called Tropic Like It's Hot. Alright, so um it's just picking up from the last episode. And I also want to say thank you to everybody who's been subscribing to Munchies with Jazz. I appreciate it. I'm at a little over 100 subscribers. I was just at like 90 something a few days ago, and I went live and I made the 100 mark. So I know it's a small accomplishment, but I just want to thank everybody who have been subscribing to my channel, who's been commenting, who's been just showing me support. So I appreciate that. Just wanted to put it out there. Okay, let's start the review. It picks up on the bus um, where Kay and Stacy was still kind of added a little bit from the last episode. Um, Kay is like, Stacy, don't touch me with your hair. She just like real irritated. It's just like them two kind of petty going back and forth a little bit from when they were arguing on the bus the last episode. They kind of picked up there, and they get to the Preakness event. It's a beautiful setup. Um, I'm sorry. Is wind blowing? I think that's the wind. Or I don't know if somebody dragging their trash cans or something. I'm sorry if y'all can hear that. They get to the Preakness event. It's a very beautiful event. It's set up with horse racing, nice beautiful like pastures of grass, and it has like little tents, I guess, where people could gather and eat and drink and all that. It's like big tents that they can go into, and they Wendy is excited to host the event. She's ready to get the day started and stuff like that. So they go into the nice little tent setup. It has a bar, tables, and seating and stuff. They all kind of find their seats. Kay says that she's going to give the girl $20 a piece, and she says that, hey, you didn't even like twerk for your money or whatever. So they all kind of like um kind of twerk, and she was like, oh, I'm giving you yours last. And I think she was talking to Stacy, and Stacy or Wendy, I don't know. She was talking to one of them. We're like, oh, I'm gonna give you yours last. And then they all kind of get up and twerk, and you know how Giselle can't dance, Ashley can't dance, Stacy can't dance. It just was bad. So they just got up and twerked, and Stacy just shook her back. Like she got like a long like back and butt area. So it's like she was just shaking her head was shaking, everything was shaking. So it wasn't right. And Wendy was like, oh, you just supposed to shake your booty, not your whole body. And Stacy was like, oh, I'm gonna work on that. So Wendy and Giselle are sitting down. The other girls kind of go look at the screen. It has like the horses, their numbers and stuff like that, what number they should bet on. I'm sorry about the lighting on here on my phone. My window is open. But yeah, they go and look at the bets and stuff, like see who they want to bet on, and then them two are just sitting at the table. So they kind of talk about Angel not graduating. Somehow it gets into that. Wendy is like, well, she didn't even graduate, and I think a situation happened where she couldn't graduate or something like that. I was like, okay, like big deal. But yeah, I didn't get that part. And then they sit and eat, and I think all the girls are sitting, and they all kind of like gather around, sit and eat or whatever. And Stacy says, we only been here 5 minutes and Ashley already got a date. And Stacy asks Giselle, is she dating? And Angel kind of chimed in and was like, oh, I got somebody for Giselle. And they was like, is he tall, is he chocolate? Like, you know how Giselle got like them types, like how Jamal look, her that guy Sherman, that guy on that dating show, that they kind of all got that similar bald, dark skin look to them. So that's kind of like Giselle type, I guess. And Ashley mentions when she called them while they were shopping, they were like in a group, and she was like, can Wendy and Giselle meet up with me? And Tia was there, and Angel, and Tia was just like, that's rude for Ashley to just call and just invite Wendy and Giselle. She didn't invite it's like they were all shopping or something like that, and Ashley called and was talking to Giselle, and then she was like, "Oh, you and Wendy should come by, or we should all meet up, or whatever." And Angel and Tia was right there, and they kind of were like excluded. So Angel was just saying, Tia was just saying that that's a little rude, like how you just gonna invite two girls and not everybody else? You supposed to, extend the invite. So Ashley just kind of brought that up while they were sitting at the table. So she was saying I agree with Tia. Tia was saying like, do that in private. You could have sent Giselle a text. You could have, talked about that before, Giselle was with the girls or whatever. Like she could have just sent the private little text out and asked them to come, but she did it like kind of in front of them too, so it's a little rude. So I do understand what Tia was saying. She that royalty, how she is, that royalty personality. So she probably, just like the etiquette done on certain things, she probably take things a little more serious than we do. Like other girls might not take it as a big deal if they didn't get invited, but she might because it's just proper etiquette. I think that's rude too. Like I think she should extend the invite to everybody. So she said something about it was tongue in cheek. Like she said it's not a big deal, like the chin checking thing. Like she kind of just threw that out there, like it wasn't that serious. And then Ashley was like, tongue in cheek, was that shade? And Tia was like, no, I said it wasn't shade. Keep up. I was like, dang. She told Ashley, I was like, Ashley should have happened because Ashley always got her 2 cents and everything. Be quiet, like she always got to bring up something. She always got to start something. Her, Giselle, and Wendy just been starting stuff the whole. Just well, that day you said this day you did that, the other day you didn't have that same person. I was like, shut up. Y'all just old as hell starting drama. Like, shut up. This show really starting to get on my nerves. So I'm sorry, but they be getting on my nerves sometimes. But yeah, anyway, she was saying it's not that serious. Then Jazzy shows up to the table. That's Stacy from last season. They was all kind of like hype, saying hi to her, hugging everybody and stuff like that. She was talking about her wedding planning and all that, and Angel asks like, what position does your fiance play, or her husband? I don't know if they got married, or I think they're about to get married. I don't think they're married yet, but Angel was like, oh, what position does your man play, or whatever. And she said something like a quarterback or something like that, and then Angel was like, oh, Bobby started for 10 years or something like that. And then Jazzy face was kind of like, okay, like and then it just kind of threw everybody off a little bit. I know a couple people heard it at the table. They probably was like, okay, why did she feel the need to bring that up? I don't know. So Wendy was like, you could kind of hear them like chit chatting about it a little bit, and Wendy was like, oh, did y'all catch that? Did y'all hear that? And but it didn't seem like Angel was being like bougie about it. She just was asking her. I don't know if she coming across a certain type of way. I don't know why, but it's like she coming across a certain type of way. Like it seemed like she lying about stuff. It seemed like she like she was trying to be a little shady towards Jazzy, but maybe she wasn't. She could have just really been asking. I don't know. But to me it kind of seemed like Jazzy face like cracked up a little bit, but she wasn't. It seemed like Jazzy just want to have fun. She don't really want to argue with nobody, but she will bring the argument to you if you bring one to her, which that's how you supposed to be. So they go where the horses race at. They all kind of cheering, watching the horses like run by and all that. And after that, they kind of like joking like, oh, well, I won $10. I won this amount. Like they was saying like the little amount they did win and stuff. So after that, Ashley asked Kay, "Are you okay? Are you and Jazzy okay?" and because the body language changed when Jazzy like entered to say hi to everybody. It kind of seemed like Kay and Jazzy wasn't too happy to see each other. Like Kay kind of just like, oh, she's here, kind of like she had some dead energy. So um that's what Ashley, I guess she picked up on it. So she asked, of course, Ashley gotta ask, is everything okay? Oh, what's going on? Her and Giselle, oh, are y'all good? Oh, are y'all okay? Is everything cool? Like, is what's up with them asking, is everybody cool and stuff? I don't get it, but yeah. um so she asked her, was she okay and all that. And I think Kay said that she heard Jazzy was talking about her or something like that, so they call her over. Kay says Wendy said that Wendy, you said that Jazzy had an issue, or something along them lines. And Wendy was like, okay, let's, here come the first lady, let's stop this convo and wait till she leave, then we could kind of like pick it back up or whatever. So they kind of went over the fence. It looked like Wendy and Giselle went over there, and they kind of was giving the first lady a hug. Hey first lady, how you doing? It looked like she didn't want to really be, on camera or whatever the case was, so she just, kept laid low, say hello, and kept it moving. And then Kay was like, well, didn't Wendy get invited by the first lady? It didn't seem like she really, wanted to be around Wendy and stuff. So that's I kind of got that vibe too. Like the first lady probably just don't feel like, who the hell want to deal with Giselle and Ashley and all of them. She probably got a ton of stuff to do. She don't feel like dealing with no drama. Then they might argue or something. She might be there. I know she don't want to get in that situation, so I don't blame her for that. So they kind of get back to the convo. They all regroup or whatever. They get back to the convo. Kay says, Jazzy, I didn't know we had an issue or whatever. And Jazzy looked kind of confused, like, yeah, I don't, like, she don't really didn't know either. And then Wendy says that they were on the phone. Her and Jazzy was on the phone. And she asked, was Kay coming to the NAACP awards? And Jazzy was like, I don't know, da 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 da. Like, she just kind of bypassed it, I guess. And Wendy took that as like, she was like, oh, I don't care, I don't know, kind of just like brushing the conversation, I guess. So she took that as they had an issue. And Kay tells Jazzy, it wasn't like, let's not do that. Wendy was being a little messy, it wasn't even that serious. And Jazzy was like, Kay, I know you having problems with Greg, but don't take it out on me. I was like, damn, like, where'd that come from? So I guess Jazzy think that Kay got issues with her, so she just like pinpointing little stuff. I don't know. So Kay said, you marrying a man that had 2 kids on you, so like, what are you talking about? And Jazzy was like, well, she's in a rough spot. Like, Kay is in a rough little spot. And it kind of seemed like, I guess she trying to say that her and Greg having issues, that Kay and Greg is having issues, so she kind of like dragging it into the group and bringing that nasty attitude to everybody. Kay do seem like she got like a little chip on her shoulder this season so far, but maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Maybe it's stuff behind the scenes we don't know about. Anything could cause somebody to have an attitude, so we don't know what it is, but I'm just saying what it seemed like, that's all. So let me see. The girls, they kind of like separate the girls because it's getting like kind of loud and it's a classy event, so they kind of like separate or whatever. It shows them all like getting, the next scene, it shows them all packing up for Nevis. They all go to the airport. They say good morning. It's like 4 in the morning. Jazzy comes along. She was invited by Giselle. They land in St. Kitts. I think that's an island. And they're going to take a boat over to Nevis. From that island to Nevis. And Jazzy takes kind of long getting off of the plane. So they were all wondering, like, what's going on? Is she okay? And they take a van ride over to it's like a yacht. So they take a van ride over to the yacht, and they have some drinks, and they talk about the plans. They getting on the yacht. They staying at the Four Seasons. I don't wait. Are they on the boat? Yeah, they on the boat talking about this. So yeah, they're talking about their plans, heading over to the island or whatever. And she says, Angel says she just wants to get to know the group on like a deeper level. She want to kind of get to know the ladies and stuff like that. And Ashley says that they're here for her because they know it's her first trip away from her family. So, if she want to talk or she, need anything, just let them know. Giselle says she also wants to celebrate Jazzy for her bachelorette, for her, her wedding coming up. And the employee comes over and tells them they're like past the is it immigration, I think, or something like that. They're all kind of like waiting to go to the island or whatever. They go to like this little area where they I guess they getting like checked in to go to the next spot. And the lady the employee tells them that it's a problem with Angel's luggage because she has camouflage in her luggage, and you can't really wear that. And they was like, okay, I think a email from production told them like things that they can and can't wear, and camouflage was one of them. So they was like, how you didn't know that you uh couldn't bring camouflage? So maybe Angel didn't. You know how sometimes we just kind of skim through stuff, we might not look through it properly. Maybe she just didn't look through her email properly or whatever. Maybe she really just didn't know. But they was like, oh, you so well traveled. Like, she traveled everywhere, so, how you didn't know that? But, yeah, she had, like, a camouflage. It was, like, a bag or a blanket or something like that. And I think Jazzy or Tia had, like, an empty little luggage bag, and they kind of just stuff it in there. I don't know. I don't know what that was. Was it a blanket or something? So they get rid of that, and they somehow start talking about sex or whatever, intimacy. I don't know if I can say that, but yeah, they kind of talk about intimacy and balls, and has Stacy ever been up close and personal with some balls and stuff? I was like, what the hell? Where did that come from? I was Wendy asking that. I didn't understand why she asked uh, Stacy, did she ever put her mouth down there, on that area. I don't know if I could say that stuff on YouTube. But yeah, I was like, what the hell is going on? But yeah, they go to the yacht. They get their shoes off and stuff. They get on the boat. They sit down. They open some champagne. Ashley says she's glad everybody's getting along. The trip is going smooth and stuff like that. So she's glad about that. Then it comes up that Giselle was like, oh, even we're glad you're here, Jazzy, even though some people didn't want you to come. And then it was like, what? Like, what? Where did you get that from? And then they go to the clip where Angel was like, oh, bring Sharice. You should bring Sharice. After Giselle was talking about inviting Jazzy, like Jazzy was invited, Angel kind of was like, oh, bring Sharice. Like, it's like she kind of wanted it would kind of seem like she wanted Sharice there instead of Jazzy or something, but maybe she wasn't saying it like that. We don't know. That's what she said though. She didn't say, oh, don't invite Tia. Like, she didn't say that. She just said invite Sharice. So Giselle got to make a mountain out of a molehill. She got to make a big deal out of it. So she says it in front of everybody. And excuse me, my stomach growling. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, that comes up, and Angel says like she don't really remember that. Like, I don't remember saying that. I did say you should invite Sharice, but I wasn't saying don't invite Jazzy. Don't bring Jazzy. She wasn't saying it like that. So let me see, and then it gets to it flashed back to that scene of Angel saying that, and then it gets to Angel shaking hands with Sharice, And Sharice was just kind of like, oh yeah, we have some mutual friends. Like, in they was like, oh, do you know Sharice? And she was like, yeah, me and Sharice real cool. But when they showed the clip of her and Sharice, like, it looked like they were shaking hands, and Sharice was like, oh, yeah, we have some mutual friends. So it didn't really look like they knew each other. So it looked like Angel was kind of like exaggerating a little bit. So it just, looked a little bad on Angel again. So uh somehow Kay brings up her and Jazzy situation, and she says like, I'm not phony and fake. I guess she was trying to say that I guess because they was insinuating that Angel was being fake. So Kay chimed in and was like, oh, well, I'm not phony and fake and stuff like that. And then Jazzy kind of bursts her bubble and says, oh, well, what did you say what you said about Wendy a while ago? And then she was like, what did I say about Wendy? And Wendy was like, when was this said? And then I think she said a couple months ago or something like that. And Wendy is like, well, we was cool then. So, it kind of made Wendy feel a little weird about her and Kay relationship. Like, was you talking about me this entire time? Like, what did you say? So, what's her name? Sorry, I be getting their names mixed up and stuff. Kay says Jazzy is full of shit. Like, she just trying to, start something. She kind of like blow it off. And Wendy says, based on the timeline of her and Kay relationship, it seemed like, she was being a little shady or whatever by talking about her, because they just stopped being cool recent, not no 6 months ago or no 3 months ago. So, Kay was like, let me see. Kay says, wasn't you a side chick to Jazzy? Like, just trying to, like, because I guess Jazzy trying to, like, embarrass Kay, so they trying to embarrass each other now. So she was like, wasn't you a side chick to Jazzy? And Jazzy was like, no, I'm a fiance, something you would never be to Kay, because on the last season Kay was saying her and Greg was going to be engaged, they was going to be living together, she had everything kind of like mapped out. And now this season her and Greg, they seem okay, but it seemed like Greg live in one place, she live in another place, they still not engaged, they broke up, they got back together, it's not going the way Kay really thought. So when Jazzy brought that up, that upset her. So Wendy brings up Angel, bringing up her husband, like, oh, well, you brought up your husband playing for 10 years and stuff like that, what position he played and all that. And then Angel says, well, yeah, Jazzy asked me what position he played, but it showed the clip and Angel approached her. Like, she kind of like was like, oh, what position does he play? And then Jazzy answered, and then that's when she was like, oh, well, mine started for 10 years. So Angel did ask Jazzy. Jazzy wasn't like, oh, well, you're a wag with they kind of was talking about being wags, but it didn't, unless we missed that part or something, maybe they didn't show it, but it didn't show anything of Angel asking Jazzy anything about her boyfriend, her fiance's position. I'm sorry, I don't know if that's her boyfriend or fiance. I guess that's her fiance. So yeah, she brought that up, and the producer asked, is Jazzy the wag of a bench warmer? And Angel kind of like laughs it off, like, well, everybody got their positions in the game, So she didn't want to say like, well, yeah, he is a bench warmer. She kind of like laughed it off a little bit. And then it kind of get a little tense. So Giselle like, okay, let's kind of regroup and go upstairs. Like, we can go upstairs. Let's walk around. Let's explore, and see what's on here. See what's the yacht about and all that. So they go upstairs on the boat. They arrive in Nevis. It's beautiful. It's so tropical. The water is blue. It's nice trees and stuff like that. They arrive. It's so nice. It looks like paradise. Like you just in that water, and you just see beautiful resort and the land and stuff. It's really, really nice. It's beautiful scenery. It looks tropical, like a tropical Caribbean vibe. So it has like a man on stilts. It has like people dancing on stilts and stuff like that, kind of welcoming them to the island and stuff. It's really nice. So they get in some golf carts. They head to their villas or whatever. Giselle says she was on social media and she sees a picture of Angel, and she sees a picture of Tia. She said, "Well, Tia look like Tia, but Angel, it looked like a different person." And it kind of shows the photos, and the picture of Angel really does look like an AI photo or something. Like she kind of used something to tweak her photo a little bit, but I don't know. But it definitely don't look like how Angel look on the show now. So they was kind of talking about that. And then they get to their rooms. Giselle and Ashley is sharing like a villa. Tia get like a little nurse's quarter or something like that. I guess it's like a little solo little quarter just for herself. And then Giselle, Giselle, I'm sorry. Giselle and Ashley are together. Tia get her own little area. I think Wendy get like a little area to herself, but she shares with Stacy and Jazzy, and then Kay and Angel have their own little space. So everybody get their own little space. Giselle gets them they and I noticed that Stacy, Jazzy, and Wendy were really, really excited. They were like screaming. They was like schoolgirls. Like they was excited. Like it's like when you in college and you get like room with your, your friends or whatever. It's fun. Like so I know when I was in college, it was fun being with people that I knew in my apartment. We had a good time and stuff. So I like that. That was cool. It kind of bring back that childhood vibe with girlfriends. Like I like seeing girlfriends get along, have healthy friendships, be happy to be around each other and stuff, root for each other. So that was cool. I like seeing that on this show. So that was cute. And they was happy, so I was happy to see that. And they all she kind of like paired everybody, who get along with each other. So that's good that Giselle she did really good on this trip. The yacht and everything was nice. It looked like they got some nice villas. So Giselle's doing pretty good on this trip. All the girls get like little pink robes with like their names on it. It looked like little makeup bags or something with little goodies in there. I guess it's makeup and skincare or whatever inside the bags. And Stacy's the only one that didn't get her name on the robe. She just had a pink robe, and she didn't have Stacy on her robe. It was just a pink robe, I think. So she was like, damn, well, where's my? She wrote everybody like a little note. She was like, well, where's my note and where's my my little personalized gift or whatever. So yeah, she didn't get anything, and everybody else did. So I thought that was petty of Giselle and very mean spirited. Like if you gonna plan a girls trip, whether you and Stacy cool or not, or you know a lot about Stacy or whatever the case is, treat her the way everybody else is treated. You hosting the trip, so make sure everybody's comfortable. Why single one person out? She's gonna feel some type of way about it. Like why would you do that? So I didn't get that. That seemed like young, and Giselle too old to be acting like that. To be acting so immature and young. Like you got 3 grown kids. Grow up. Like that was stupid. So I just wrote in my notes. I said I didn't like that she did that, but Giselle always got to do something. Like when she lied on I still be mad that Giselle lied on or like she tried to make it seem like Candace's husband when he invited me into his dressing room and I felt uncomfortable and I didn't like it, but you went in there with him. If you felt uncomfortable, a woman that's uncomfortable from jump not gonna go nowhere. If a man invites you, if you uncomfortable, you gonna say no. Wait till your wife come around or whatever the case is. You went in and talked to him. So don't try to make it seem like Chris tried to like. I didn't like that. She tried to like say Chris made her uncomfortable in that one season, like a couple seasons ago. I didn't like that. When she did that, I was like, I'm done. Like I couldn't take Giselle no more after that. Her and Ashley, and now Wendy's starting to annoy me too. Like it's just too much. Wendy already seemed a little fake, and then it's starting to get like now she hanging out with Giselle, so she trying to join that starting trouble type of vibe. Like she been starting trouble. So Wendy says that she's been on the receiving end of Giselle like being mad at her or not liking her or whatever, and she says she feels for Stacy, but it's not me, so I don't. It's not my problem. Like okay, but whatever. Stacy feels a way about what Giselle did. Angel says that she brings up that the girls didn't really speak to her and stuff like that. I don't know. Like, I guess when she arrived to the airport, it kind of came up. She was kind of like talking to Kay on her own, like while everybody was looking at their rules and stuff like that. Her and Kay was talking, and she was like, "Oh, well, I didn't really get greeted by the girls when I came and stuff." But then they showed the clip, and it looked like everybody said hello to her. And then I was like, was she just talking about Wendy or everybody else? So I don't know. She was kind of saying she didn't feel welcome by the girls and stuff. So Tia calls her daughter, and it's her 14th birthday, and she says she feels kind of bad that she can't be there. She normally doesn't miss their birthdays at all, but she's working. She's on the show now, so she has to go on this trip. Her daughter basically said, "I'm okay. I got my party. I got everything I wanted on my birthday list." And she was like, "My daughter good." So I learned now that she's okay. If I'm not there, she's 14. 14, you growing up, you don't really care about that kind of stuff. It's not like she's 4 or she's 5. So then her daughter then gives the phone to her son, because she like, let me talk to, I think his name is Nathan or Nathaniel, and he sends her a text and saying he want to be adopted and leave her. She was like, why you send me that text? And he was like, they telling me to clean up. I didn't clean on my birthday. I was cleaning up, and I'm the only guy here, and they keep telling me to clean up and stuff. Like, he over it. He ready to go. So she was like, all right now, but don't get adopted because I'm going to miss you. Like, she just kind of like played it off with him and kind of tried to make him feel better. And that was funny. He was like, I'm ready to go. So they go outside to dinner, and then they start ordering their food, and they're all sitting at a table or whatever. And it was some weird options to me. Warm octopus salad and spiny lobster. I was like, what the hell is that? I kind of wanted to see like what they was eating. Like, I wanted to see in the kitchen. Munchies with Jazz want to know what y'all eating for the night. It sounded weird. They should have asked me to come. They would have had some good food. I would have came out there and made them some Munchies with Jazz. But they on a trip. They all the way in Nevis, and I don't know what kind of stuff they eat out there. But that was sounding a little weird. But I wanted to know more about the food options. Like, a little curious to see what the food looked like. So they was ordering their food. Stacy asked Kay about Greg. She's like, oh, are you two doing okay? Are y'all still together and all that? And Kay like, yeah. How Kay kind of giving Stacy that nasty attitude. So it's a dog. I'm sorry if you can hear that little dog that bark outside in the backyard. All right, so Angel doesn't feel the girls been reaching out to her, been trying to like build a bond with her, and I think this partly because she's not like a talkative, outgoing, hey girls, let's go do this. Like, she did that kind of tranquil event. It wasn't like they couldn't really get to know each other because it was kind of like a peaceful event. So she just feels like they haven't really reached out to her. She doesn't feel like they kind of like trying to get to know her and stuff like that. So Tia says that Angel and Wendy like barely speak. Like, she kind of notices that Angel says she felt attacked the last time they were at the table with the case situation with the chin checking and all that, and Wendy was kind of like, oh, well, you didn't have the same energy and blah 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 when Wendy was on the last time. So she was like, I just asked her a question, and she she gave me some nasty energy back and all that. But what do you expect? Like, you keep on picking with Angel eventually she gonna get irritated. Like, the same thing with Stacy. Like, if you keep constantly like asking Stacy about her relationship, saying she's lying, anybody would get annoyed. So it happened to everybody on the show. Everybody got annoyed once in their life about something the girls kept on asking them about or wanting to be in their business about. So it happens. So Wendy was saying that she feels like Angel used words like attack and stuff like that to villainize her. Like Wendy feels like Angel is trying to like make her the villain and stuff. Like it's always something with Wendy. But other girls might say something about how Angel was acting or her attitude or how Kay was acting or whatever, and they always kind of like fall back on Wendy. So it does seem like Wendy, Kay, and Angel have tension. It doesn't matter what the situation is, they going to find a way. Well, you did this. Well, you said this about Wendy. Well, do you even like Wendy or do you like her? It's like they keep kind of like chiming in on each other, like bringing up stuff about each other to kind of like bring the other one under the bus because they beefing right now. They not getting along. So, that's what they kind of, to me, that's what it seemed like they doing. So, Angel says it's kind of hard for her to reach out to new people and stuff. She kind of like a kind of laid back girl. So Giselle says, now that Angel was talking or whatever, Giselle chimed in and was like, "Oh, I saw a picture of you and Tia online, but yours didn't look like you at all, and it looks like a catfish, and it looked like a it looks like a fake photo, like you used a lot of Photoshop, and a lot of the girls agreed, and they Ashley and Wendy was kind of like laughing about it and stuff. I didn't like that because it seemed like to me that Angel felt a little insecure or something when they did that, because it's like she kind of like pinpointed her at the table in front of everybody like they 10 damn years old. Like she could have been like, "Oh girl, your picture looked different. Like when did you take that?" Like she could have just did it like that and been over with. But Giselle kind of like on this rampage of like embarrassing people. Her, Wendy, and Ashley, they just kind of like trying to embarrass. Like y'all trying to put Stacy, in the hot seat. Y'all trying to put Angel in the hot seat a couple times, which I understand. Angel did get caught, like when she said they didn't speak and they did. And it was like little things on camera that Angel keep getting caught up in, and it's kind of painting Angel in the bad light. I get it, but it's like y'all keep ganging up on people and stuff. It was a little corny to me. I didn't like that. So they was kind of laughing, and then Angel brought up a good point. She says a lot of women laughing at the table ran to the operating table to look like a permanent filter. If I did use a filter, I used a filter. At least I didn't go to the doctor and get changed forever. Like a filter, you could take it on, take it off, whatever. So, and like even Stacy was like, it felt like she tweaked her picture, but she kept on tweaking it to the point where it didn't look like her no more. And that picture that they showed, it didn't look like, it was a couple pictures that they showed. Just I was like, oh, I was on your page, and those pictures don't look like you. Like they do look kind of like it got tweaked. Like how when people do them AI pictures, like they might put their photos on there and then might AI touch it up a little bit. That's kind of what it looked like. So they was just like, it don't look like you at all. Like, so Kay says, I'm sure we all got some filtered pics at this table. Like some ladies at this table that got some filtered pics as well. So what's the big deal? So then Wendy points out Angel's energy shifting because it kind of seemed like Angel got annoyed again. Like, which I don't blame her. I would have got annoyed too. Who wouldn't? And Wendy would get annoyed too if it was her in the hot seat or whatever. They was talking about her pictures. Like, remember when when Wendy first got her surgeries and Wendy and Giselle was talking about her? Oh, you changing and you acting different and this and this and this. And Wendy was like, oh, I just went and got surgery. Ain't nothing changed. I just went and got my happiness and all that, and she was feeling herself and all that. Wendy did change a little bit after that, and you definitely got a couple tweaks done to yourself. Like a lot of women on the show did. So I feel like they should leave that topic alone. And looks wise, I'm sorry, Giselle's a pretty woman, but she was prettier when she was younger. Like the way she aging and all that, the way she be talking about people, Wendy looks nice, but Wendy did get a couple nip and tucks and all that. But it looked like Angel, pretty much for the most part, is natural. Like she got her baby body. It didn't look like she got a ton of stuff done to her. So it really don't. It looked like she a lot more natural than the other girls. So I would rather that than you get nipped and tucked a million times than going to talk about somebody who didn't really, who don't have none of that stuff. I don't know if she did or not. We don't know who gets stuff done or not on these shows, but it was like, shut up. And I just feel like they doing too much a little bit. So Wendy brings up her demeanor changing and stuff like that again, but of course anybody demeanor going to change when they get upset. It is what it is. So Wendy says like the time when it seemed like y'all been having like some conversations about me talking about Angel and Kay, because Kay was like, oh, do you even like this lady, saying that to Kay on the last episode. So Wendy was like, it's obvious y'all been talking about me, and that exposed y'all when she said that. When Kay said that, it exposed that y'all been having like sidebar conversations or whatever. They like, whatever. Kay and Angel is over it. Angel face is kind of like cracked up. You can tell she's upset. Wendy says she noticed she wanted to bring up in front of Giselle that Stacy didn't have her name and stuff on her robe and all that. So Giselle said the person she met last year and the person she knows this year, as far as Stacy goes, is two totally different people. She don't know Stacy. She didn't feel that she could write a note for Stacy because she doesn't know a lot about her. You could have said anything simple like, hey, let's get to know each other this trip. Let's try to be, open with each other. Let's try to, get to know each other better. She could have said something simple. I hope you have a good trip, whatever. Well, it don't hurt to put her name on a robe and, make her feel welcome. Like, I just felt like that was stupid. So, Stacy says that she hold a standard for her, but Giselle has like this certain standard that Stacy has to have for her to like be cool with her, but Giselle not being open about her own life. And she kind of like shows them a picture of Giselle eating with that NFL player, and she was like, you need to be honest, his name is Sean. And Jazzy said, come on, Wag, to Giselle, because Giselle talking to an NFL player. That's, I guess he's like an ex-NFL player or something like that. And they was kind of just, Jazzy was just laughing and playing. And I saw Tia kind of be like, oh, you need to be welcoming Giselle. Like, it looked like she was talking to Angel, like trying to be smart, from when Angel was like, oh, what position does your man play for and all that. Like, she was kind of like trying to say that Jazzy and Angel need to welcome Giselle. Like, it just seemed a little like she was trying to be funny, but I don't know. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but I did. And Ashley chimed in and cause Giselle was like, that's not a boyfriend, that's a date. And then Ashley was like, I was there when they met at a birthday party or something like that, and he came at her correct. They went on a few dates and stuff like that. And I know we all hooked up with a football player. We all talked to a football player or whatever. And then she says, right, Stacy, like she kind of like throws Stacy out there, and Stacy kind of looked lost at first. She like, oh, he plays for the Redskins. It's a ex NFL player that we know, that we all know at this table, that we're familiar with. And then she like, oh, it's Chris Samuels. And then Stacy face kind of like looked kind of like lost, and like she kind of got busted, but then she kind of looked confused. So I don't know, but that's kind of how the episode ended, with them kind of like finding out that Ashley's friend, that Stacy reached out to one of Ashley's friends to introduce her to Chris. I think I brought that up when that lady Cookie was on the show and all that. That's when Stacy had Ashley brought up Stacy wanting to meet Chris. So I guess we'll see. I guess Monique about to make her way, and we'll see like what happened between them on the next episode, if anything did happen. So we'll see. Oh, I put my finger in front of the camera. But yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody for watching. If you're still here, don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button. Thank you so much to everybody that subscribed to my channel. I'm just going to keep saying thank you because I'm glad. It's a goal of mine. I want to keep building up my page and stuff like that. So I appreciate anybody that has been liking my page, liking my videos, making comments. I appreciate everybody. So let me know what you guys think of the episode. Drop in the comments. I would like you guys to engage with me more for these videos if you guys can. So engage with me more for the reviews. Let me know your opinions. What do you think about the Stacy and Chris thing? What do you think about Kay and Angel? What do y'all think about Giselle and Ashley? Like, what's your opinions about that? I would like to know. So just let me know. And I will be back with the 5th episode in the next video. So I hope you all have a good day today. Thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video.